Hi everyone, my name is Carolina. I'm an au pair in California, and I will tell you about my volunteering participation with Project Do More. First of all, I'm gonna tell you about Project Do More. They are an organization that seeks to improve the quality of life of the LGBTQ plus community through cultural events, education, and advocacy. I chose this organization because I wanted to learn more about the LGBTQ community, and for me, the best way was to participate in the Pride celebration that took place this past weekend. And I was looking for information about volunteering organizations, and I also looked up their webpage and read their mission, what they do, and that caught my attention, so that's why I applied and volunteered with them. As mentioned before, the target population of this organization is the LGBTQ plus community, talking about lesbian, gay, transgender, queer, and questioning community, for those who do not know what those letters mean. They are still working with this community because even though, thankfully, they have reached many of their purposes, talking about rights, respect, and big projects that include them, they are still celebrating and showing to the world that it is okay to be part of that community, that they are safe, that they are in an environment that cares for them, that they are loved and they are important. So those were some of the biggest messages that I learned from the organization during my time with them. Now I'm gonna tell you more about my tasks during the weekend with them. So first of all, we had to set up the stand because during the SF Pride celebration, there were a lot of stands with different organizations, vendors, and staff from the SF Pride celebration. So we had to put up the tent, some decorations with the LGBTQ plus community flags. We also put up some tables with information about the organization, some what they called swag. We had rainbow glasses, we had stickers. That was one of my tasks. I had to cut 2 big rolls of stickers because they wanted to have a sticker bin so that people could take them, and people went crazy about those. They were so happy when they noticed that our stickers were for free. So they took stickers because we had the different flags, which was something that I really loved, because part of the of being a community and wanting to be recognized and accepted is like I can have the flag that represents me and the things that I like, the things that I do, the things that I love. So we had different flags because even though there's one rainbow flag that represents the whole community, they have been adding other colors to the flag to represent the other, I would say variations, but not variations, but the other sub-communities that have been arising from the different sub-communities, as I mentioned. So we also had some messages about love is love, and one of the ones that caught my attention the most was a sticker that had the different pronouns, because now that's been a topic that they have been encouraging people to use because we are not used to it. So it's important to be aware of their needs too and the things that they want to be identified with, because there was also something that they had from a different stand, I guess. They had some buttons, and there we could see their pronouns, so that is great. And something that they also do about pronouns is that they ask you before referring to you what your pronouns are, so they can be respectful the same way they want you to be respectful with them when referring to them. So that was one of my tasks from the very first day. And then we also decorated the table. We put some stuffies that they had from Great America, because they had like a pairship with Great America, because there's an event happening there in September, a Pride night. So we were also giving away tickets for that Pride night, so they sent some decorations that we could use for our stand to look prettier. I also had to interact a lot with people, which was great, because personally I'm shy, so that's why I like to participate in this kind of activities, so I can practice more my language skills, and also I can from the different sub-communities, as I mentioned. So we also had some messages about love is love, and one of the ones that caught my attention the most was a sticker that had the different pronouns, because now that's been a topic that they have been encouraging people to use, because we are not used to it. So it's important to be aware of their needs too, and the things that they want to be identified with, because there was also something that they had from a different stand, I guess. They had some buttons, and there we could see their pronouns, so that is great. And something that they also do about pronouns is that they ask you before referring to you what your pronouns are, so they can be respectful the same way they want you to be respectful with them when referring to them. So that was one of my tasks from the very first day. And then we also decorated the table. We put some stuffies that they had from Great America, because they had like a pairship with Great America, because there's an event happening there in September, a Pride night. So we were also giving away tickets for that Pride night, so they sent some decorations that we could use for our stand to look prettier. I also had to interact a lot with people, which was great, because personally I'm shy, so that's why I like to participate in this kind of activities, so I can practice more my language skills. Now, talking about the other volunteers, there were 3 other people that volunteered that weekend too. So one of them wanted to volunteer because she is part of the community, so she was so excited to help. She was so excited to talk to the other people, to explain what the project is about, because that was one of the things that I liked so much, that they were not only going to our stand to get stuff for free, but they were also asking what Project More does. So they were interested and they were excited, and they were also asking about volunteering opportunities, because Project More is always offering volunteering opportunities. You can be part of the team any moment. You can just join them through their webpage. So that was a great thing for the community too, to let them know that they can also help, because Project More is a non-profit organization, so they are not really looking for money, even though they do charity projects to help other small communities or organizations that are part of the big umbrella that is this community. The other people who volunteered, that was funny because they were part of the parade. They were just the people that was walking around, but I think one of the team members are friends with them, something like that, because they were talking, and then they also started to help us, which was great. They were so energetic and they were so happy that they could help, because they were also calling the attention of the people so that we could have more people interested in winning the tickets for the Pride Night. And also we were giving away tickets for the RuPaul's World Tour that is happening in July here. That's related with the drag community, but the community itself is all interested in that, so they were also helping us, calling people to enter to win that contest, those tickets. I could help the organization with one of their goals by treating people with kindness, because since one of their goals is to make the community feel in a safe environment, so we all treated people with so much kindness. We were nice, we were complimenting their outfits, their makeups, because they were awesome, honestly. So that was one of my contributions to the community, like to let them know we care for them. And there's a story I would like to tell. In the morning of Sunday, there was this mom that just ran into us at the very beginning of the parade. So she told us that her daughter, a transgender girl, she was in the parade, but that she was feeling worried. She was feeling like scared of maybe not being accepted or something. So she explained that to us, and then we all agreed on recording a video to let her know that we care for her, that she is loved and she's important, because those were the things her mom was worried about too. She was also crying, which was like, I loved so much how she was trying to help her daughter, how she is worried about her daughter being okay, feeling okay with what she likes. And at the same time, it was also sad because that's not the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like we shouldn't worry about being ourselves and dressing and having our hair the color we want to have it, wearing the makeup we like to wear and stuff. But that's the society we are in. So that's why this small impact can be a big impact in the future. So that's why I wanted to share this story with you. Finally, to talk about their goals and their needs, we're gonna start by talking about their needs, because right now they need more volunteers, since they are holding these many events for the rest of the year. We actually got a schedule that we were giving to the people so they could know and they could join those events. And they need volunteers because they also help these small organizations. They fundraise for those organizations, so that's why they need more people to help, just to work with the marketing and social media stuff, also to attend the events, since they are in charge of many things and they also need help from other people. So that's one of the biggest needs they have right now. And so their goal, it's related to that I mentioned. So they need more people, and they are also seeking to develop all these events and all these charities and cultural and educational and advocacy activities to help the community. So those are like the two big things that they can keep helping the organizations and they can keep growing. And another important thing to mention is that in December they're gonna be celebrating a decade of founding the Project Do More, which means they have been around for a long time and they have been working so hard to help the community. And that shows like a lot of perseverance from the team and that they are really interested in helping the community and being heard and being accepted, being respected through all the activities that they develop. It was a great opportunity to be part of this project and this big celebration and to volunteer with them because mostly and the most common things are hospitals, libraries, but we also need to look for other organizations that also need our help and that we can also impact the community with different organizations like this one and that we can help them reach their goals too. So it was great that with this program we could volunteer, and it'll be great if they take into account that we can have a bigger impact in the United States and in ourselves through this kind of volunteering participation.